Hello everyone, it is Wolf here, and today I want to talk about a game that has become one of my most favorite games of all time, and that is Magic the Gathering. Here's the thing, when I was a kid, I always wanted to get into Magic, but no one around me played it. Everyone played Yu-Gi-Oh! I remember going to my father's friend's house or whatever, and I don't even remember who it was, but they ended up showing me their Magic cards, and I was like, oh, these are really cool. I want to get into Magic the Gathering. But the thing is, talking to friends, and no one in the town that I lived in was into Magic. They said it was, too difficult a game, and, everyone was into Yu Gi Oh! So I ended up getting into that and played that for, a few years. But the thing is, I gave up after having, like, two of my decks stolen. Bought, bought cards, played with that for a while, and someone stole that deck, and then I ended up getting another deck, played for a while with that deck, and freaking gets stolen. So, long story short, I end up giving up for how many years, and I vowed to never play another trading card game ever again. So fast forward to now, and I got into the Magic the Gathering. Now, what happened is my wife comes home one day with a pack of magic cards from the dollar store because she said, "Oh, well, these look like they would be pretty cool. I thought you would like them." I was like, "Well, I don't play magic. I don't really have any intention to get into it." But it was that moment that I decided to open them. I was like, "I'll just take a chance and just come open or whatever." They're coming those plastic packs that you can't just rip that easily. Anyways, I start looking for them, and you get nostalgic. Even though I never actually played Magic the Gathering, I was flooded with memories of being a kid, and it was like, well, maybe I want to actually get into this. Anyways, after looking at the cards, I got talking to some friends or whatever. No, I had previously played a little bit of Magic years ago, Magic Duels, but it wasn't that good. The format, I didn't understand what the format was for that. It was completely different and wasn't that great. Anyways, played a little bit of that years ago, but got talking to a friend, help me build a commander deck. Help me build one for my wife. She wanted to try it out, and she loves the game. And that's the thing. And this is why I love Magic the Gathering so much, because almost anyone can get into it. There's so many different types of creatures and different types of spells, different deck builds that you can build essentially anything you want. And that's why I love the game, because it's even if you're not a gamer, my wife plays some video games or whatever here and there. She doesn't really play a whole lot of games, we don't really play board games. But Magic, sit down, we can play a couple matches and have fun. And that's the thing. I like that. It teaches reading comprehension. That's a really good thing. You use math, so it helps you, with your math skills. I would recommend Magic, as long as someone has good enough reading comprehension, can understand what the cards are saying, it's a good game. You can learn a lot playing it. And it's good if you're like someone like me that's ADHD, you know, looking at the cards and stuff and thinking up strategies, releases dopamine. It's fantastic, and that's why I love it. I love playing, I mostly play Commander, play some Standard on Arena, but I played a handful of Standard games in real life. But But overall, I love it. I've been playing for maybe a year now. Bloomburrow being my favorite set, but I actually kind of regret not playing this years ago, but then again, with no one to play with, that was the issue. The fact that I vowed off of trading card games for all these years and I'm just getting into it now. All I can say is it's better late than never. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed my little bit of story here, and I hope everyone has a great day.